Good afternoon, everybody. Today is June 18th, 2019. It's a city council meeting. It's 4:30 p.m. and I am not Charlie Schmitz. He is on vacation, so we're moving on without him on a well-deserved little fishing trip. So first item up we have tonight is the consent agenda item. Consent agenda items. How would you like to proceed on those?
I'll offer a motion to move the consent agenda items.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion on any of the items? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item number 2. Approve the issuance of the following additional renewals of general licenses for the period beginning July 2nd, 2019 and ending on June 30th, 2020, subject to compliance with city and state requirements. The tobacco license from Blue Blaze and the tree service license from Cars Tree Service.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion approved and a second. Any discussion on either of that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion, all those against? Motion approved. Moving on to item number 2.2, temporary on-sale intoxicating liquor license. Approve the issuance of a temporary on-sale intoxicating liquor license to Seifert Bianchi American Legion Post 132 to sell alcohol to an event located at Riverside Park, 115 South Front Street on Wednesday, July 3rd, subject to compliance with all city and state requirements.
Motion to approve.
So we got a motion. Do we have a second? Motion second. Any questions on any of those? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're clipping right along here. Item number 3, reports, the annual financial report for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2018.
I'll offer a motion to receive and file the reports for the city and the
Yes.
Public Utilities Commission.
Okay. Do we have a
Second.
second on that? Now, we had that meeting earlier. I was not able to be at that. Any comments, from any of the counselors on that? No?
Nope, all was good.
No, good audit.
Okay, good report. From everything I heard, it was a good report. So all those in favor of accepting that report, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. So let's move on to number 4.1, old business. Approve the appointment of Audra Shanneman to the position of Economic Development Director, Assistant City Manager, effective July 5th, 2019.
And just a comment I want to make, I realize the Personnel Committee went through all the motions, interviewed the candidates and whatnot. Our president is absent today. I myself, I don't like it when we table issues and whatnot, but I'd rather table it till the full council is sitting here. Opportunity to answer questions.
Other counselors?
I would support that also. Received several phone calls and emails this afternoon and citizens asking, questions. And I guess I'd like to ask some questions of the Personnel Committee in regards to this topic. So I don't know if we would even bring this up for a future work session to discuss this, how we want to move forward, but I know that delays it, or call a special session.
Okay.
I guess I don't support that. I guess we have interviewed and we chose the candidate that we supported, and I guess I'm not sure what the outcry from the public is, but in everything that we've done through the process, she was a good candidate, and I'm not quite sure what has prompted the tabling of the issues. I certainly can answer some questions for you if you feel like you need questions answered as far as the process or.
We do have 3 of the 4 Personnel Committee here.
Right.
I don't know if that,
I just, citizens were just inquiring, schooling, background, experience, in city government, were questions, proving, for economic development experiences and stuff like that. There's, were questions that I was receiving calls and emails on today.
Well, I guess
And, how many candidates did we have to choose from?
we
for the
interviewed
first-
three candidates.
You know,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, we interviewed 3 candidates and 3 viable candidates. And as far as experience, some of the things that the Personnel Committee really thought Audra brought to the table is she has a lot of connections in the community. She has a lot of connections with businesses already. She knows our community. It won't take her long to get up and running. She's supervised people. She has the education background. She met the qualifications of the education background. So I guess when it came down to it, she was our choice. And I don't know if there's people out there that feel that there is something askew in what we did, I don't know why they wouldn't be here to I don't know if there's anybody in the audience that wants to speak on that, but I certainly support our decision, and I am not in favor of tabling it.
Because I'm not ready to vote today. I'll vote no. I'll be right open and out with that till I get some more of my questions answered.
And those questions are,
Oh, they'd be, what,
I mean, it's going to be public. I mean, you might as well state them because it's going to be public.
okay,
I
well, I
mean,
did have a
yeah.
lot of people asking, was this the top candidate for the job? People out, some saying there were other candidates. How was this person chosen? I couldn't answer them.
And well, were there other candidates? There were. As far as came down to 2 candidates, and Audra was one of the candidates, and the other candidate basically misled us on their application and was pretty much eliminated because of that.
I know that I strongly support Ms. Shanaman. I'm the liaison to the Chamber Board and have been for 6 years, and have really enjoyed working with her and seeing how she handles difficult situations and pressure and high-profile situations. And you don't get to please everybody in a chamber executive position like that. Not everybody's going to be happy with how you do everything. But by and large, there's a lot of people very happy with Ms. Shanaman's role. And I've had a lot of very positive calls and support for her role, and people are really excited in our community. When you're put in this new position of 75% economic development, her job is going to be working on bringing businesses into our community. And when X company calls and they say, you know, we want to bring X factory into town, what does your town have to support us? Who better than somebody who's been in the chamber to answer that question? Who can answer those questions? Yes, there's still a learning curve. There's some things that she doesn't have a background on. She certainly has our council, our city manager to help guide her and get the training that she needs to get up to speed, but so would probably a lot of different people. They'd have to learn the city if we were to hire somebody from outside. So that's a huge learning curve, and I know my understanding is the idea to get her the training that she would need, that most people would need to get to learn TIF and learn all the different incentives that we have and get who to pull into our community to start filling our industrial park, and that's real key. The 25% is assistant city manager, and she's had that job for the last 10 years, managing her own office. So I strongly support and certainly will support this position. So.
Do we want to take any questions or from the audience today? Public views? If we have,
I have a really hard time with this coming to be a public decision when it's a position. It's not like our city manager position where we put people out there and we allow the public to come and have some input. This is an internal position that has always been hired internally, and we don't put them out in front of people to scrutinize, because you're, like you said, you're never going to please everyone.
Right.
And I am very disappointed in that process.
And in the past,
Disappointed.
this was an internally appointed position where it never even really came here, right?
Correct.
Correct. So we're outside the norm even today, even having it here
Correct.
in front of us.
Right.
So
That's why I
think all
wanted
of
a
us
table.
could be, yeah, well, I don't know what tabling is going to help. I mean, to allow more scrutiny of what was done and
That's
have
just-
people.
Counselor Fisher, that's just my motion on the
Yeah.
floor. If they voted in today, so be it. We move forward.
So are you making a motion to?
I made the motion to table.
Oh, you made the motion, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had made it.
Seconded.
I'll second.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we have a motion to table it. We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
No.
No. So with that, with the tie, my understanding we move it to, it's tabled.
I need to do a
Right.
roll call though, but
Oh, we need a roll call, I'm sorry.
Counselor Fisher,
No.
Counselor Mack,
Yes.
Counselor Christian,
Yes.
Counselor Schultz.
No. So with the tie, it'll stay until we meet the next meeting, my understanding, correct? Okay. All right, moving on. Number 5.1, 2019 General Application Permanent Improvement Fund Bonds. Offer the resolution, waive the reading, authorizing insurance, and establishing the terms and conditions and sales set date for Tuesday, August 6th, 10 a.m. in the amount of $4,210 for general obligation permanent improving revolving fund loans series 219. How would you like to proceed on that?
I mean, all the background information is here for the bonding. We bond annually for the street projects. This is slightly larger than what we normally bond for, but it's being factored in with the new bonds for this year and what's being paid off. Our debt service will actually, our levy will actually go down a little bit. So, and this is estimating a 3.25% interest rate, which we obviously won't know until the sale on August 6th, what that actual rate will be. In the past, it tends to be lower than this, but time will tell.
Right?
I'll offer the resolution, waive the reading, and approve.
Second.
We have a resolution and a second. Any other questions on this one? Nicole, will you please call roll?
Just a second. Counselor Fisher?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes. Item passes to item 5.2, kind of the same thing. We have an early retirement general obligation debt issued in 2012. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
Yep, so this is just a portion of the 2012 debt. Every year, we look at what we have in our debt service fund and what's available to maybe pay things off early, due to early people paying assessments early, and every year we're required to budget 5% extra for our debt levy to make sure that if taxes are paid delinquently, we still have enough to pay the debt service. So with that extra that's built up over time, every year we can look at that and see what we can pay off early. We're generally pretty aggressive, so we have about $1.6 million available to use to pay debt early. We've chosen this portion of the 2012 debt. It's just the 2022 portion of the debt. For this one, it's $240,000. And the next item too, I guess I'll touch on that too, is the 2014. It's all of that debt, which is about $1.2 million. We've chosen these two based on their interest rates in comparison to the other debt that's still outstanding, and the structure of the debt and how it will line up with the new debt. And these are the two that we've chosen for this year.
Okay, with that, I'd accept a resolution.
I'll offer the resolution to waive the reading and authorize the early retirement.
Second.
A second. Any other questions or comments? Please call roll, Nicole.
Counselor Fisher?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes, motion passes. Item number 5.3, early retirement of general obligation debt issued in 2014. Nicole kind of previously already explained that.
I'll offer the resolution to waive the reading.
Okay, second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, we have resolution and a second. Any other questions? Hearing none. Nicole, would you please call roll?
Counselor Fisher?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Moving on, item number 5.4, approve the final assessment rules for the 2018 surface reconstruction project and set a date for public hearing for Tuesday, July 16th, 2019 at 4:30. Anything else, Mr. Kaler, on that?
No, Mr. Vice President, other than this was completed last summer, and we've finalized the special assessment rules and would like to set the date for the public hearing and send out the notices.
I'd entertain a motion for that.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Anything else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to number 5.5, BMX request for temporary camping. We're looking for a resolution, waive the reading to authorize overnight temporary camping in South German Park for BMX racing events on the night of Friday, July 12th and 13th, and Saturday, July 13th through 14th. My understanding, we've done this for a number of years in a row now.
Correct, and I also attended the Park and Rec meeting. I mean, they unanimously recommended approval on the opposed action, so I'll offer a resolution, waive the reading to authorize overnight temporary camping in the South German Park for BMX racing events on the nights of July 12, 13, and Saturday, July 13, 14, 2019.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any other questions or comments? Nicole, would you please call roll?
Counselor Fisher?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes. Moving on to number 5.6, offer the resolution, waive the reading to accept the donations offered to the City of New Ulm Park and Rec Department as outlined. And
And-
Mr. Christian's going to read those?
That's what I've been saving the voice for. Okay, I'm gonna offer the resolution, waive the reading to accept the donations offered to the City of New Ulm Park and Rec Department as outlined. German Park Amphitheater, $500 from Jolene and Gary Koch, $1,000 from Dwayne and Cleo Bone. German Park Paver Stones and Improvements, $100 honoring Howard and Sharon Zins from Michelle Farrison, $100 honoring Jake Landsteiner from Jim Hulke, $10 honoring Roseanne Shopicom from Dorothy and Herb Shopper, and $10 honoring John Kretsch from Dorothy and Herb Shopper. Days of Play sponsorship for 2019, $500 from Mike's Collision and Tire Center, $500 from McDonald's, $500 from Clausen Plumbing and Mechanical, $500 from Wheelberg Chevrolet, $250 from Hyman Construction, $250 from Quick Trip, $250 from Citizens Bank, $100 from Mayday Motors, $100 from New Ulm Area JCs, and $100 from the Kiwanis. Glockenspiel donation, $1,000 from Dwayne and Cleo Bone. Herman Monument, $1,000 from Dwayne and Cleo Bone. Rec on the Go Yoga in the Park Summer Program, $6,000 from Alina Health Systems and New Ulm Medical Center, $4,960 from the New Ulm Community Education, and $750 from the Underage Substance Abuse Coalition. Dog park improvements, $248 from Happy Tails Dog Park Group, and $127.27 from the Pizza Ranch, and a grand total for the Park and Rec, which is officially in charge of our fundraising, $18,855.27.
That's awesome. When you think about all the different people that donated just in 1 month, I think on behalf of the city, we thank all of these individuals, and the mayor will send out individual letters, right?
Yes, sir.
So, did we get a resolution on that?
We need a second.
We need a
Second.
second. Okay, we have any other comments? None? Nicole, will you call roll, please?
Counselor Fisher?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes. Last item I have on here, offer resolution, waive the reading, accepting donations and memorials to the New Ulm Public Library for the period of April 1st through June 7th.
I'll offer the resolution, waive the reading.
Second.
All right, any comments or questions on this? Hearing none, Nicole, will you call roll? One more time.
Counselor Fisher?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes, motion passes. With that, we have ended
Addendum
the
item.
Oh, yeah, the addendum.
addendum. Where's it? I don't have an addendum.
There was, I think.
Yeah, it came out this afternoon.
I didn't know that. We have an addendum. So I'll offer a motion to suspend the rules to address the addendum.
Second.
Motion second.
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 Second. Motion is second to bypass the suspend the rules. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Addendum is approve the issuance of a temporary on-sale liquor license for Bavarian Blast to sell alcohol during the event at Brown County Fairgrounds for the dates beginning July 18th through Sunday, July 21st, subject to all compliance with state and city requirements.
I'll offer a motion to approve.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That ends our city council agenda. We'll move into the our work session and with a short break. Thank you, everybody.